Something stirs beneath the surface of our world. The vast, ancient ocean, a force of both breathtaking beauty and terrifying power, hides secrets that could rewrite the fate of entire nations in a single, catastrophic moment. Along the rugged coasts of Alaska, the volcanic cliffs of Hawaii, and the bustling, populated cities of America's west coast, a silent threat grows. It is patient. It is relentless. And scientists are now warning that when it comes, there may be no warning loud enough, and no wall high enough to protect us. What if these tremors in the earth are meant to cause a tremor in our souls? What if the rising waters are meant to awaken us to a deeper truth? Welcome back to Pure Mind Think. If you are seeking to understand the divine message behind the powerful forces that shape our world, I invite you to subscribe, so we can explore these profound questions together. Imagine a wall of water, taller than our tallest skyscrapers, racing toward the shore with the speed of a jet airliner. Imagine the roar, the chaos, the desperate scramble for safety as cities are erased from the map. This is not the plot of a disaster movie. It is a scenario that experts and researchers say could unfold in our lifetime. A mega-tsunami of almost unimaginable scale. The warnings are growing louder, pointing to something extraordinary and terrifying. And at the heart of this warning are three specific regions of the United States. Our journey begins on the west coast, where the Cascadia Subduction Zone, a massive 700-mile fault line, stretching from Northern California to British Columbia, lies restless. For centuries, this fault has been locked, building stress like a coiled spring. A new, alarming study by researchers at Virginia Tech, published in the prestigious Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, estimates that there is a 15% chance of an earthquake greater than magnitude 8.0 striking this zone within the next 5 decades. Such a quake would not only unleash a massive tsunami, but could cause the coastline itself to sink by several feet, compounding the disaster. This is a ticking time bomb, buried just beneath the ocean floor. And millions of people live directly in its path. To understand the gravity, we only need to look at history. On January 26, 1700, the Cascadia Fault ruptured, producing a colossal magnitude 9.0 earthquake. It sent a mega-tsunami across the Pacific that was so large it caused destruction on the coast of Japan. For centuries, the Japanese called it the orphan tsunami, because there was no earthquake felt locally to warn them. The puzzle was only solved here in America, when scientists discovered the ghost forests along the coast of Washington and Oregon, entire groves of ancient cedar trees that all died at once. Their roots drowned in salt water as the coast suddenly dropped. The silent trees told a story the water remembered, a story that serves as a chilling precedent for what is to come. Our second stop is Alaska, a land of ice and fire, where the threat often comes not from below, but from above. On a summer night in 1958, in a remote inlet called Lituya Bay, a massive earthquake triggered a landslide, dumping an entire mountainside into the narrow inlet. The result was the tallest wave ever recorded in modern history, a monstrous, almost unbelievable 1,719 feet high. It stripped ancient forests from the mountainsides, leaving behind naked rock as a testament to its power. Miraculously, a couple of fishing boats in the bay managed to ride the monstrous wave like a surfboard and survived to tell the tale. Today, as glaciers melt at an alarming rate due to climate change, scientists warn that these mountain slopes are becoming increasingly unstable, priming the region for more landslide-generated mega-tsunamis. Our third warning comes from the paradise of Hawaii, where the danger is born from the very volcanoes that created the islands. The Hawaiian volcanoes grow like layer cakes over millennia, but sometimes these layers become unstable. Around 105,000 years ago, a massive portion of a volcano flank collapsed into the ocean, triggering a mega-tsunami over 1,000 feet high that inundated the neighboring islands, leaving marine fossils high in the mountains where they have no business being. The islands themselves carry the scars of their own violent potential. Faced with these three distinct, scientifically backed threats, a profound question emerges. How have we, as human beings, processed the reality of such overwhelming natural power throughout our history? It is fascinating to note that nearly every major culture and religion across the globe contains a story of a great flood, a moment when the waters came and washed the world clean. From the story of Noah in the Bible to the Epic of Gilgamesh in Mesopotamia. From the Hindu tales of Manu to the legends of countless indigenous tribes. This shared memory of water's awesome, resetting power is etched into our collective human consciousness. Perhaps it is more than myth. Perhaps it is a spiritual archetype, an echo, embedded in our souls that reminds us of a fundamental truth: we are not in control. It is a reminder that the world we inhabit is subject to forces far beyond our comprehension and command. A truth meant to instill in us a sense of humility and awe. This brings us from the spiritual memory of the past to the prophetic warnings for our future. The Bible, in particular, speaks with stunning clarity about the signs that will precede the end of the age as we know it. In the Gospel of Luke, Jesus himself prophesies that there will be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth. Distress of nations, with perplexity the sea and the waves roaring. He speaks of a time when the very foundations of the earth will be shaken. But this is the crucial part. He does not give these warnings to leave us in a state of paralyzing fear. Immediately after describing this global terror, he gives this command and this promise. And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up, and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. This is a radical, divine instruction. The very events that cause the world to faint from fear are meant to cause the believer to stand up in faith. They are not random acts of a chaotic universe. They are signs, a divine announcement that human history is not spiraling out of control, but is moving toward a glorious, God-ordained conclusion. They are the birth pangs of a new creation, signaling the imminent return of our Creator and King. So, how do we live in a world where a 1,000-foot wave is a scientific possibility? The world's answer is to build higher walls, design better warning systems, and ultimately, to live in a state of low-grade anxiety. But the Creator offers a different path. While we should be wise and heed physical warnings, our ultimate refuge cannot be found in a government plan or an evacuation route. Our ultimate high ground is spiritual. These potential cataclysms are a call to awaken from our spiritual slumber. They are a loving, if terrifying, invitation from our Creator to re-evaluate our lives, to ask ourselves, what am I building my life upon? Is it the shifting sands of materialism, career, and reputation, all of which can be washed away in an instant? Or is it the solid rock of faith in a God who is sovereign over the wind and the waves? This is the moment to turn our hearts back to Him, to seek His forgiveness and guidance, and to find our security not in this fragile world, but in His unshakable promises. The scientific warnings are real, and, as the experts say, it is not a matter of if, but when. But for those who have placed their trust in the Creator, this knowledge does not lead to despair. It leads to urgency, purpose, and a profound sense of hope. It reminds us that we are living in one of the most significant moments in all of human history. The final word does not belong to the fault lines or the melting glaciers. The final word belongs to the one who will return to make all things new, to establish a kingdom that cannot be shaken, and to wipe every tear from our eyes. Thank you for joining us at Pure Mind Think. If this message has stirred your heart, please share your thoughts in the comments below. And consider sharing this video with others who are seeking hope in these uncertain times. And be sure to subscribe to our channel as we continue to explore the deep truths that can set us free.